to evolve to the spectacular display of military music, drills, and splendor. This evening, we will bring to you an exciting lineup of performances by the Singapore Armed Forces Music and Drama Company, the Singapore Armed Forces Military Police Command Silent Precision Drill Squad, and the Singapore Armed Forces Central Band, fresh from their recent performance at the Virginia International Tattoo in the United States of America. To kick off the show, let's put our hands together to welcome the artists from the Singapore Armed Forces Music and Drama Company. A round of applause for the SAF Music and Drama Company. Armed Forces Central Band. With roots dating back to the 1950s, the SAF Central Band was formed during the merger of the Dry Service Bands in 1994 to serve as a premier band of the SAF. Staffed by professional military musicians, the SAF Central Band provides musical support for major state and SAF functions. As musical ambassadors of the SAF, the band also travels regularly to represent the nation at overseas military tattoos and multilateral events. Thus far, the SAF Central Band has been invited to perform in various countries such as Germany, Japan, Scotland, the Russian Federation, and the United States of America. Led by Chief Drum Major Military Expert 2, Muhammad Hafiz Amran, and Director of Music, Military Expert 5, Khan I Ki Ken Stephen. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together to welcome the Singapore Armed Forces Central Band. drummers were used by commanders to convey orders on and off the battlefield. As custodians of military customs and tradition, the drummers boast a formidable level of skill, dexterity, and uniformity. Led by military expert 2, Mohammad Hazizi, the Singapore Armed Forces Corps of Drums was recently awarded Joint Champions of the 2017 Drumline Battle together with the United States Army Ordnance 5 and Drum Corps. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the Singapore Armed Forces Corps of Drums. Ladies and gentlemen, the SCF Corps of Drums Forces Military Police Command Silent Precision Drill Squad. Established in 1984, the Silent Precision Drill Squad, or SPDS, is a highly specialized platoon of military policemen performing armed drills in unison, requiring precise coordination and timing without the actual use of commands. Presenting to you the Silent Precision Drill Squad. under the SAF Military Police Command Silent Precision Drill Squad.
It's hard to say which is the most exciting part because it's sort of like you think, okay, this is great, they can't get it any better, and then you get it better.
I was just amazed by the intricacy of it all.
It was very cohesive. It was very, very entertaining.
Very nice job, very good sound, good music.
Thank you for coming. It was great. Come again, please.
哇！你聊不到你都是你这个 great fan 的。
Ladies and gentlemen, what a grand finale to our military tattoo show indeed. We hope you have enjoyed our show. Our now 2017 presented to you by the SAF Silent Precision Drill Squad, the SAF Music and Drama Company, and the SAF Central Band. Thank you and have a safe journey home.